it in my head, so I did back to my bag of tricks. Then I flipped forward, tip, made me want to do tricks. Gonna lick them like a lollipop. Hey, good morning to my lovely people. What's going on?
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Beautiful Saturday.
Is it? It really is.
It really is.
Today. I think it's going to be really, really hot.
Yeah.
Listen, the show Off the Hook. Can't wait. We're going to talk about folks who got divorces and these bitter men, the skirts, I changed my mind on the payment that you gave me, lady, the Instagram maps, tips. Mel, here we go with the tips. The air quotes for the listening audience, to ensure prompt services. That's what they say. That's the acronym. We are going to get into it, okay? Now, what I don't want to do is keep you guys waiting too long because it's a lot to cover. Let's get this show started.
Everything that happens is motivation. Everything that happens is motivation.
All right.
Okay.
What's new with you? Anything good? Football season coming up? What's happening?
I'm home.
Hey, there you go. Okay, so
I'm back in the Mahoning Valley, y'all. Hey.
Okay, she back in the Mahoning Valley. She back.
Yes.
I'm home. What's that? Is PA the Mahoning Valley? No.
Huh?
PA is not the Mahoning Valley.
No. Shenango Valley.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. What's up with the mall out there? It's like flatline. It looks like
that thing been done. They building a little shopping center in there.
Okay, so they're gonna make it a shopping, so it's gonna be pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, a little shopping center. They tore it down and rebuild and stuff.
Okay,
like, wow,
the same type of thing. Versus here, there was it was a McGuffey Mall. That was like the spot too. That's where you went if you was on the east side, from the east side. Well, now it's just flatline with a whole bunch of high grass. It's fenced in. It was a store there. I think it was called Tiny's. I'm not for sure. But it used to sit there. He won't sell his property. So everything around it, the whole plaza is flatline, but this building is just still sitting there and they just fenced it in. I started laughing. I was like,
wow. Yeah.
I don't know why, but I guess he was like, build around me. So that's what they're going to have to do. They're going to have to build around this man's store that's sitting right there. But they need to do something because it's no fun.
Them folks at Hermitage wasn't having it. They said, y'all took away the mall, y'all gonna put something there.
Okay. So
I
that's
think they're getting Target. They're getting a Target and something else. Target.
Yeah, I ain't gonna hate on them. Since we we still doing the boycott or not shopping at Target?
I don't shop there because they high. I ain't doing that.
Because the Dollar Generals are high, that I noticed.
Family Dollar.
Super high. Always was high to me. And I think
Dollar Tree.
You have the Dollar Tree that went up to $1.25. And this is what's silly. What's silly is the fact that I'm upset that they went up to $1.25. It's still cheap, but you said you was a Dollar Tree and everything was $1.
Right.
Changed it. And I'm feeling
from the Dollar Tree to $1.25 tree.
That part. I got a problem with it. I was like, $1.25, knowing it's gonna be high somewhere else. But I was like, $1.25. What? This ain't I feel betrayed. But let's talk about the social media. And we do cover social media a lot.
Yes. But
what's your thoughts on the Instagram maps? If you don't know what I'm speaking of, you know how you can find your location, you can check in and all that other stuff on FB. We all know about Facebook. And they got so many rules. I'm sitting here like I need another avenue. So you have Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, that one with the @ do you know what that one is called? It has like the @ sign is black.
Threads.
Threads, there you go.
Now they got Lemonade.
It's just way too many. Way too many. Y'all put it on my phone and I already don't know how to work it.
Right.
But Instagram Maps will show exactly where you are when you have that app on there. Now, I thought I saw that Instagram and Facebook was Meta together. So if you post
Yeah.
on one, it goes on the other one. So why is it not? Why aren't they saying it's on Facebook?
Yeah. I have Instagram, I have TikTok, I have all that. I don't be messing with that stuff. I'm mainly on Facebook. And then lately I haven't even really been on Facebook like that. So trying to leave some of that alone because it's just a lot.
There are too many rules. It's way too many rules. It's like I'm losing my autonomy. And it's like I actually signed up for it because it was like, okay, freedom of speech, but now you limited it.
Doing
You're
too
like,
much.
no, you can't talk about that and you can't talk about that. Well, is it free? So I just said all of that to say this, lovely people. I'm trying to hang out with you. I'm trying. But y'all gonna have to catch me on the YouTube. I'm gonna have to go that way where I can actually speak. They only do like copyright infringements and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of sad right now. It's like, wait a minute, freedom of speech is like leaving. And I understand this is your platform and you do what you want. But I see a lot of people leaving, and this is the place where the older people are. Facebook.
Right.
It's the younger ones because it was all pictures. Well, now they are integrating some videos and all that other stuff now, which is better. But I don't think that it's safe. I'm not comfortable with everywhere I go. The phone already tracking me now. The people that follows you on the social media can know exactly where you are.
I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Okay.
I might be somewhere I ain't got no business and y'all don't need to know about it. Okay.
That part. That's probably why they doing it. Like, well, let the world know where she is. But do you remember in Players Club when, what's the cousin's name? No, that was Diamond. Diamond went to the apartment and that man was right there. She was like, what are you doing here?
Right.
I see if you get home safe every night.
Listen, that's scary. That is so scary. Like, what do you do? Like, I don't know.
What do you do if what? If that happens?
Like, in that moment, it's fight or flight. Fight or flight.
It is. What you got to befriend the person.
I'm sorry.
You got to befriend the person. That happened. It so happened to me. It happened. And there was a guy, I ain't really fool with him anyway. He would do outer perimeter check. And he's the one that just came just out the blue. And I'm like, he said, do you know? And I had no idea because outer perimeter check, they constantly go around. And he's seen the car sitting there. And he said, every time you work, they stay and wait till you get off. Right. So I'm tripping. And I'm tripping because when I went to the gas station, I started playing it back. I was like, they just happened to be where I was at. And I'm like, hey, hi, whole nine. Then the one time I seen him out and he was like, well, where are you about to? We're just talking because, it's a coworker, so no big deal. I was like, oh, I'm about to go to breakfast. I was like, why don't you come to join us? Me being me. And after that, I found out that he would stay there all that time. 2 hours after his shift was over. And that officer ended up telling me that. And I was like, okay, now I got to do something. But I didn't realize, I thought it was weird. I was like, how he happened to be everywhere that I am? He was a very nice guy, a little like that guy. His personality was like the guy on Players Club, like nerdy type.
Yeah.
So it was like, oh, harmless. I'm just thinking it's a coincidence. And when that guy told me that, he was like, he was like, and I just figured, he said, it's been a month now. He said, I figured I need to tell you because you didn't know. He was like, you never went to the car or nothing. You just get in the car and you just go. So he told me, so that stuff definitely happens. Definitely happens. And you thinking everybody good. I know I was thinking everybody, oh, hi. And it was just a coincidence. That was for real. So I felt bad for Diamond in that Players Club when he came up. So what you do is file a report. That's the answer. File a report because you don't know what's on
Right.
somebody's mind. David Justice. David Justice had the nerve to do an interview and talk about his relationship with Halle Berry when they were married. Now, he did disclose this information, the information about they only knew each other 5 months before they got married. Now, with that being said, do you think he needed to disclose that information? And why talk about it now, years later? What was that?
Exactly. Like 30 years later, you decide you want to talk about it. Who does that?
That's what's weird.
Except somebody really tender.
Where my sound effects at? Where my sound effects at?
Like, you tender, dude. Still, 30 years later. The cat must have been real good because you still talk about it 30 years later.
That's the cat lady. So it could have been. But my thing is, you are married to her. And to talk about it now, I'm thinking the interviewer probably asked that question. Let me see. Hold on. Mel, would you ask the question about Halle Berry? Yes, I would. The reason I would ask that question in an interview if I had the opportunity to speak with him is a lot of people, if you don't know sports or if you don't watch baseball, you don't know who this guy is.
Right.
So the introduction would be he was once married to Halle Berry. Everybody know who Halle Berry is. Now, I'm sure they had to ask, because I just don't see no dude. That's a little spicy, just coming out to say, yeah, she wasn't marriage. Well, mom, he don't. What did he want? He said that she wasn't. He didn't see motherly in her. So what is motherly to these people? Like, I'm like, what's your definition of motherly? He's an only child, and he was raised by his mom. Did excellent in the major leagues. Nice looking guy when they got married. He a little swole too. I'm telling you, it's the water. Everybody swole. It's the water.
Everybody, yes.
Like, listen, it got to be the water. That's the only thing we all doing the same. Okay. But what he said was that he didn't see a mother in her. So he didn't want to have, he didn't want her to be the mother of his children. He didn't see that. And he was pretty much saying that, you know, they were together 5 months and then they got married. So it was almost like we really didn't know each other, and I went on and went with it. And she was that chick. She was that chick. So it's like, okay, what? Did you get with her because she was that chick? But she liked him as well. So for these guys out here being tender, as you say, what's your thoughts on that? Are we side-eyeing them, or is this the new thing?
To me, it was like, okay, like you said, they were only together 5 months. The only thing and they didn't stay married that long. So how is it that you can judge somebody you didn't see? She didn't seem motherly, but yet she has 2 children. So apparently she's motherly. It's just like, you didn't give yourself enough time to know that person very well, because you're speaking on something that was 30 years ago, and everything that you're speaking on is that she is apparently now 30 years later. So you could have left that conversation out.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the comments. Dara said that she was still in the beginning of her career. He married an actress. What did he expect? That part.
Exactly.
Let's see. Cornell said right on time, right? Like, wait, what's happening? Cornell said, why he got to be tender? I mean, they asked the man a question and he answered it. I don't get that somebody express how they feel. They got to be tender. That's why men don't like to open up. Okay, I like that.
I can see that. I can see that.
Dialogue. That's relevant. So relevant, Cornell.
But my thing is, why wasn't that addressed 30 years ago? Why say it now?
That's where I'm at. Why saying now instead of back then? He did go into a little more detail on that. He said that his mom said, whatever you do, don't talk about her. She said she didn't want his money and all that stuff at the beginning. And then he was about to go into it. And his mother said, whatever you do, don't talk about that girl.
Good.
So he listened to his mom and he didn't talk about her. So, with that being said, did she get some money? Did she change her mind? Because it was just a little bit of time.
She may have.
It was a little bit of time. Don't want nothing. And then she probably got something out of it.
Because how long did they stay married? They weren't married.
It wasn't long because even her and Eric Benet, it wasn't long.
Mm-mm.
And I think, what she had a child with the last person, I believe.
Yeah, I think they have 2 kids. I think there's 2.
Okay. I like this. Miss Scott said that if Holly answered the question in the same manner, she would be labeled as bitter.
Boom. So
That's
therefore,
why. That's
he's
the answer
tender.
for him. That's
Bitter
why
and tender.
tomato, right?
Exactly.
They were I don't know how long, but they was married in the 90s.
Right.
It was like at the beginning of her career. So she's right. And I just feel like he kind of got her while she was the it girl.
Mm-hmm.
For the listening audience. So what you gonna do? Now let's go to Jussie Smollett's sister. It's sad because we all knew Journey. And if you don't know who Journey is, she played in Eve's Bayou. And her and Megan, that's when Megan Good, remember they were sisters in that movie.
Yeah, they played.
And that's when I learned about Megan Good back there at Eve's Bayou. Well, since Jussie done did all of his antics, everybody knows Jussie's sister now. She got a divorce. Yes, she did. And in her divorce, she had to pay her husband, ex-husband, $1 million and $7,000 a month. So,
prenup.
How do you feel about? See, you be thinking you all in love. How do you feel about that?
You know what? I'm gonna be fair about it, because if we can do it like we do it, so I'm gonna be fair about it, y'all. I'm gonna be fair about it.
Okay.
If we do it, I don't see the problem. But then again, prenup, like, especially if you're already a star, prenup. I can see if you're both coming up together, then you might not think about it. But if you're already like a celebrity or already have a good business going, yeah, prenup.
The prenup. People thinking that it's gonna be forever.
Yeah, but like forever when y'all both down there it's struggling together forever. But if the man is already up there,
prenup. So you're okay with men getting already up there?
Prenup.
Okay, so you're okay with men getting prenups for women, and women they do it prenup for a man. It just seems so odd.
It does, but you never know, because that little young football player that just got married, everybody told him not to. Yeah, now they get ready to get a divorce and she want $40 million.
Allegedly. Let's say that alleged. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and put that up there.
Allegedly. Yeah, baby, that's what everybody told you in the first place, because y'all ain't even been married.
But you know what? I think that might be a rumor, and the only reason I say that is because they just got married day before yesterday.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
So how is that even possible? It would be under the irreconcilable differences to this fact, I would think.
Yeah, even if it is true, she's not gonna get anything because he just signed and
he don't even have it in his hand.
Thank you. And they just got married, so.
All right, now let's bring it back to Journey Smollett. Her ex-husband came back and he wants half of her retirement.
Oh, sir, you don't get that. You don't get that. No, sir. you better take that $1,007,000 a month and go on about your business.
You know what? For my retired or almost retired or good job people out there to have a great pension, how do you guys feel about him wanting half of her retirement?
Mm-mm.
Is that fair or
No,
what?
it's
Especially the way the world is changing, because now what they are doing at a lot of companies, so check with your HR. Before they used to take care of the spouse, no longer.
right.
As long as you work there, insurance is covered for the family. But once you are done and retired out, they only cover
That's
your
it.
insurance and not the spouses. So you have a lot of older people. If y'all want to know why those older people are still working there, because they know that their spouse is there and they still want to take care of them. So I don't know. I don't know which direction it's gonna go. Here's the thing: both of those people are young, and I see, the question: how long were they together? Like, I think she came straight out. They got married at like 18, but then I don't even know when they got married. But it's just like that young love. He could get a job, or
Thank you.
it sounded. This is the only way. It sounded like he was a kept man. That's what it sounded like.
Probably. If he's asking for all of that, then yeah.
Why are the roles reversing? Nate said equal is equal. Why are the roles reversing? What is happening? And it's happening right before our eyes. Remember how it was with Mary J? We knew Mary J. Mary J had her stuff together before him.
Mm-hmm.
She married, I can't even pronounce his name, Hindu or somebody. She
Hindu.
married him, and then she had to pay him. That situation was a little different because I think that he was her manager. And
Yeah,
kind
he
of,
was her man. Yeah. And
it
they
was
end up getting married.
yeah, it was like a reboot of Mary J. So I could kind of see that, but the world is like going different. These kept men are there. They out here wearing skirts. Did you see the denim skirts? The men are
Did you
wearing.
see the red dresses?
I seen that. That's a thing that happens. What is it? The red dress race in New Orleans. That's a thing that happens. So this is not the first year. It just got on the internet, on the social media, where these men got red dress. They wear the red dresses and they run in them. They're supposed to be straight, but I don't know. There's a young lady whose husband. There's a young lady's husband that she saw in the picture with the red dress and running. Suspect. Okay, Derek said these new sensitive men. They have, but the denim skirts, like we talking Penny Proud, our throwback. The mini skirts with the pleats in it. I don't even know too many men personally. Even the candied yams. I don't even see them trying to wear these skirts.
Did wait a minute? Did you call them candy yams?
That's all I can go with.
You know what?
Beyond the sweet potatoes, but even I'm talking about the sweet. I don't even see them wearing it. Now, here's what's interesting. The interesting thing is men used to wear skirts years ago. And you have the bagpipers.
Yeah, I was going to say in Scotland. Yeah, that's their tradition. That's what so people are used to them doing that because they've been doing it.
Is that the issue, that we are not accustomed?
We're not accustomed to it, right? If our men were doing that from the beginning and kept wearing, like you said, they used to wear skirts. If they were doing that constantly, then it wouldn't be an issue. But since I guess this a new, things become a fad. It's a fad now. They're doing it. It's like, wait a minute.
I said that when they first came. They came with the Merces, the man purse.
Check under them pipes. Do we got to check under them pipes? Yes, okay. The kilt.
Yeah,
a kilt is different. It's a skirt, but it's still, you know what I mean. But it's still, it's their tradition. our tradition is for our men to dress like men, and now they, yeah, okay.
Okay, so let's go. Mr. Stevens says these dudes be waiting every year just to put on that red dress for an excuse.
Boom. Because
Well,
you don't know what's going on in that hotel room before and after.
clearly, if it was gonna be, it was being, and
It's been
down
yeah.
here. The interesting thing is they had some bad red dresses. I seen some of them. I was like, I
Yeah,
want to ask them, where did you get that from?
right. And some of the men look much better than some of them dresses look better on some of the men. Like, dang,
Listen, that's because
I'm
what's
jealous.
becoming acceptable now is women are going out with big stomachs just out. Like a cheetah, she have on a cheetah print and she ain't built like a cheetah. She should have on a bear print because she built like a bear. Like, where is the modesty? We just not gonna wear girdles no more. You know, like what
Right.
is happening? So these
Listen,
men do look better in these dresses than the women.
I
I mean,
believe in my waist trainer all the time. Like, you only supposed to wear. I believe in wearing my waist trainer. And listen, there are sometimes you might see me and I might have this like plastic smile on my face, ding, because I got on 2 girdles and a waist trainer and can't breathe.
hey, do a line dance, but like get out here and do boots on the ground. No, baby.
You see, if y'all see me stiff, you know why.
Be like line
Yeah,
dance.
yeah.
I'm
'Cause
gonna sit down, or you
my
gotta like
mother, and I'm a
help push
firm
me up.
believer in this. My mother used to
What you say?
always say, just because they make it in your size, don't mean you're supposed to wear it.
There you go. There you go.
I mean,
Okay,
I,
Yolanda
I
said
believe in being
modesty.
comfortable
Wait a
in
minute,
your
wait a
skin.
minute, Nick. Yolanda said modesty is gone.
Exactly.
That's something. Now you said I wanted the listening audience to be clear. Your mother said just because they make it in your size does not mean you need to wear it.
They make it in your size. Exactly. I mean, and I do believe in being comfortable in your skin, but baby, you still have, like you said, have to have some type of coof and respect about yourself, because you could be comfortable with yourself, your size or whatever, and have that self confidence, but you still want to be presentable out in the street. Period. There's nothing wrong with having confidence, but baby, know what to wear, when to wear it, and where to wear it. Some of that stuff, if you want to wear it at home. Don't wear it out in public and make yourself look crazy. It's all about having self-respect. There's nothing wrong because I'm confident, but I'm still, you know what I mean? You still have to have that self-respect for yourself.
I blame the friends
Girl,
of the female, because even having that body positivity, let's get accustomed and use the terms that they're using now. It's those friends that's telling her, girl, you look good. That's why that confidence is built up to say, okay, I'm going to go ahead and wear this out. How does it look? And then the whole night, hands over, you got your hand on your stomach trying to cover it. Whole night, uncomfortable.
right.
I think that these people, your friends need to be honest and your man need to be honest. But is she going to be able to accept that criticism?
Exactly. I
Is
mean,
she? Is she going to be able to accept that criticism?
no.
I'm like, think about your friends. Like,
Right. Like, friend, come on, friends. Y'all got to do better. And you know, a lot of times, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of times the friends be like, oh, you cute. Them ain't your friends. Those aren't your friends. You're their scapegoat. Because as long as they're telling you cute, they know you gonna wear it and y'all together, you out. Guess what? All the attention is on your friends, and you be sitting there. Well, I don't know anymore. It used to be that way anymore. A lot of these guys like BBWs. So, but a lot of times these friends, they just do it. Oh, you cute, because they already know you the scapegoat. You the one that everybody gonna be like, That
know what?
must be the ugly friend. You know we used to do that. That's the ugly friend.
Listen, I'm gonna put the number out here: 619-902-2287. Call in or text in, fellas. Nick said that the guys like the BBWs. If you are attracted to those, she said BBW, but I'm gonna say the belly's just hanging out. If you are attracted, go ahead and text yes or no, so I could go ahead and look discreetly read what you put, and I won't put it out there. Now, if you don't care who see it, go ahead and put it in the comments. Hit a yes or a no. And a lot of people won't be honest because they don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. Now, let me go to the comments. Derek said, wait, I lost it. Hold on it. I went too slow. It's moving too fast. Okay. Derek said, accept these big bags and they super fupas. Bill said, this is good. Where I was talking about their friends that aren't telling them the truth. Mm-hmm. Bill said, be honest with yourself.
Exactly.
If you have to ask somebody else, you already know the answer. When in doubt, don't wear it out.
Well, let me tell you something. I got a dress the one day, and I bought it, and it was, the size that I usually wear, and I didn't have time to try it on at the store, so I took it home. Because I took it home. I put that dress on, looked in the mirror. I was like, take it off. Y'all, I looked like a busted can of biscuits, and I don't do that. If you know you putting something on and you look like a busted can of biscuits, you ain't got no business walking outside with it on.
Now, let me ask you, did you ask what's the salesperson? Is that who sold it to you, or you just grabbed it and thought it looked good on the rack?
Grabbed it, and I was like, yeah, this is my size. It's cute to me. I went home, tried that bad boy on when I was getting ready to go out. I said, listen, we got to revise this. So I had to find something else to wear, get it. I took that dress back. And when I took it back, I was like, I need to either exchange this for a bigger size or get my money back. And the lady was like, what's the matter? I said, baby, it was my size, but it was a little bit too tight. I said, when I put it on and walked in and looked in my mirror, I looked like a busted can of biscuits. Listen, she was sipping on some water or something. She spit it across the counter.
But you said your size, but some of that stuff runs small.
It runs small, right. So I was like, yeah, this definitely is not my size. And I'm not walking outside looking like a can of biscuits. Like, no.
All right. Yeah. This phone is lit. No, no. So, fellas aren't attracted to it. To the big bellies out there. Everybody sit there.
Well,
wait a minute. Everybody's going to wear themselves a midriff. And the guys ain't really feeling it. In the comments, okay, man, y'all cold blooded. Y'all don't care. I love it. I love the honesty of the viewers. They just like, no. Preference is everything. Is it fair that we get upset if we ask a question and they're honest?
No, I mean, you might be mad, it might bruise your ego, but no.
You say no?
I'm gonna be, because somebody asked me something.
So, and you notice that we can be honest if something looks bad. We won't care about their feelings.
You're right.
If they're truthful. We got an attitude and upset, and then it goes to, well, it was how you said it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go to the comments. Okay, being big is accepted as a novelty nowadays. Attention is the new drug.
Yeah. Oh, Lord, yes. Especially on social media, especially.
Okay, so Dawn said, our belly's bigger than yours. I see where the woman's belly is bigger than the guy. I know a guy that actually said that, like, yours is bigger than mine. That's foul. But the truth hurts. Going through pain builds character. That's because somebody lied to these people. That's why. So at some point, somebody told them, girl, you look good. And they believed somebody else when you can actually look at yourself. So you can convince yourself that I look good, and then when somebody is honest, you're mad. That could pose a problem.
Right.
Okay. She doesn't listen to her man. 600-pound life women be having boyfriends. Facts.
There is a group on Facebook, guys that like BBWs and super BBWs, and you ought to see some of them men on there. You'd be like, oh God, good.
But you know what though? It's a difference because that's a fetish. So if you like obese women, okay. But I'm speaking of, I don't see them out with, you know what I mean, with their stomach out. Except, some of the celebrities, as somebody in the comments said, that attention is the thing. So that's what's being accepted regardless. So anything to get the attention. And that's what you get. Then everybody want to come on and be like, don't say that. That's mean. She looks good. Y'all know what you know. It's kind of like what you said. You put that outfit on and it was like a busted can of biscuits. And you was like, I'm not wearing this.
Right.
Y'all can't talk me. And if I'm doubting it, I'm not wearing it.
I'm gonna take it off and put it up.
Give it to somebody.
Yeah, I done had a couple friends. That's cute. You look cute. And I'll just be looking at them like the devil is a lie. Y'all ain't about to set me up.
Now we talking. Now we shop talking.
You ain't about to set me up.
You said they tried to talk you into wearing something that you already knew didn't look good. Talking about you look cute. So they wanted you to be the ugly friend.
Yeah, I'm far from ugly. Listen, I'm a toot my own horn. I'm far from ugly. Okay?
But guess what?
And you ain't about to treat me like the ugly friend. You got me messed up. Nope, we ain't doing it. Nope. Find somebody else to do it because it ain't me.
Asphyxiation. Bill said that them guys liking to be suffocated during the action.
Some of them do that. Like, that's a fetish.
It is. It definitely is. It's a fetish. Nate, call in 619-902-2287. I like how Nate call in. Look.
Right.
Because I got some questions from females for the Ask Nate section. Child. Whew. I don't know. Do these people really want to be dealing with him?
I really want that.
I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna have Nate call in. Do I have the number down there? Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards is the basketball player that didn't want anything to do with his child from baby mama, air quotes for the listening audience. So remember, he paid her the $1 million up front to just be by, get out of here, be done with her. I think her name is Aisha or Aisha. I don't know. Anyway, she went back and she feels something. Remember, he gave her $1 million. Now she went back. She wants a one-time payment of $500,000, and she wants $50K a year for life.
For what?
And a public apology because he paid her that amount and she just wanted it. I guess security, having the baby for security. I don't know for sure. She might really like the guy, but it is being shown as she had her child for insurance.
A lot of them do.
18 million? Okay.
Yeah. A lot of them do. But my question is, I saw a picture of them together with the baby. I don't know if it's because nowadays AI, that you do so much with AI, you can. So I don't know if it's a real picture, or if it's actually, or if it's an AI. If it's a real picture, I want to know what made it, because he was all smiles and everything. What made him change his mind that he didn't want to be bothered with the baby? If this is a real picture.
If it's a facts, I don't think that picture is accurate, because I do have where she's saying that's the amount that she wants for her to agree to have sole custody of the child. See, I have here $1 million and $6K a month is what he was paying, but it sounded more like a subscription.
Right, like
Is this a thing? Okay, I thought so. He gave her $1 million. That's what I had written, to take care of the baby for 18 years and $6K a month. Here's what's interesting. He don't have to pay nothing, and he could just not. Okay, I'm not dealing with the child.
Right.
Why? Why would you? First of all, why would you have a child by somebody who clearly says they don't want anything? They don't want a child, and you get pregnant, and you have this child, and you want to make them take care of the child? All they got to do is what a whole bunch of the other fathers do. Peace out. But she knows it's going to hurt her child's feelings.
Right.
Now,
you knew that. You should have known that in the beginning.
To rid it, and she didn't do that.
A lot of guys do that. They'll give you money to have the abortion, back then, and the girls didn't do it. It's like they're gonna force you to be in their life. And I never did believe in. Like, if a man said he don't want no kids,
believe him.
Do what you're supposed to do to make sure you don't have no kids by this man, because then you have a lifetime to talk about him like a dog to everybody, to that child. That's your fault, because that man told you in the beginning he did not want any children. Maybe he didn't want any children just with you. But if he told you he ain't want no kids, he ain't want no kids. How you gonna make him? You can't make him, because a baby ain't gonna keep no man.
At all.
I mean, it's been proven time and time again. A baby is not going to keep a man. So therefore, why would you get pregnant anyway? Thinking that, especially if you, especially these women that get pregnant by these married men, he ain't leaving his wife, because if he was going to leave his wife, he was. So, like, I don't understand the logic with some of these women that do that.
Okay, Bill said that someone said, girl, you should have got more. And now she's lowering it up. You know, the lawyers is like, let me get in. Nate, what's your thoughts?
Sorry, I'm on the Anthony Edwards.
Yes.
Oh, hey, she already signed the paper. If the contract don't, why would you even bring it up? He paid her, it's done on over with. She can't change her mind. It's too late. She done signed that contract. She got her $1 million. She got her money. That's it.
It and done. Trying to keep him tied up in court.
She's making it worse for those young ladies to come. She's setting a standard.
She definitely is. And they're going to come and get these guys. I don't get it. I don't.
Hey, when she's sexting, smashing for sport, it don't work the same way as it do for a guy. You know, she tried to trap, but hey, if you got the key to get out the lock, you can't put him back in the cage. You know what's going on. And now a lot of other guys do too.
Okay. Let's get to the lovely. Look, I'm like, let's get to the lovely Ask Nate.
Oh, Lord.
What do people want to know?
All right. Ask Nate. Do you think that I should wait before jumping back into the dating scene after her husband? Wait, let me give you I got all this information. Let me give you this. My husband died 7 months ago. Do you think that I should wait before jumping back into the dating scene?
I don't know the situation, the circumstance. That's kind of quick. Are you more worried about what people would think, or are you lonely? Those will be my questions. And if you're worried about what people think, if you're worried about it, don't do it. If you're lonely and not trying to, parade somebody out, change your Facebook status, and you're just looking to find someone that loves you or care about you, follow your heart. That's what I would say about that one.
Okay. That's what Nate says. Some of the shop talkers says yes. Me? You want to know what I think, Nick? You want to know what I think, Nate?
Yeah.
I think that at this stage of the game, if he died tomorrow, I might go out on a date. He's not coming back.
But here's the thing: you have children looking at you. Mama, how could you? You got friends. You got her. You know, you and his mama was tight. Now he dead, and you trying to bring somebody else around. It's deeper than that. So, like I say, if you lonely and you want to keep something on the hush and date discreetly, yeah, but you can't just be like, oh man, you know what? His birthday is in 6 months, or he died, a couple months ago. Here's Tyrone. Kids, I need you to call him stepdaddy. And,
it says date, so that's just going out on a date.
Okay.
That's what you got. It's 2 more. I'm gonna hurry up and get off here.
Okay.
You got dating somebody and going out, okay, but at this age, at this ripe age, so you listen. Tomorrow is not promised. You want to take me to Olive Garden? You can take me to Olive Garden. Not saying I'm bringing you home, but it might just be big. Let me see. Bill said she needs a rebound session and then date. She needs a buddy for now. And see, when you say date to me, that's like just, okay, I'm just getting to know you. Here you go. Not come back and then now I want you to take care of me. No, but I think that it depends on your age. I'm going to let you talk. I think it depends on your age. And what are you waiting for?
Age Sunday at Sunday school, they gonna be like, girl, she was out sitting up with this man, and you know how y'all put yeast on the story. She could just be speaking about the greatness of her ex. But if she's seen out in a date situation, no matter what it is, it's gonna look bad in the community. So, if she want to keep it under wraps and stuff like that, but it's difficult. Family, kids, and don't say you've been with Otis for 26 years. It's not good luck. People do judge.
So you say wait and date discreetly.
Date discreetly.
Okay. Here's another one. What's your thoughts on David Justice telling us about he and Halle Berry's relationship?
Halle Berry suffered from fine girlitis. She's always been fine, this, that, and other. So she's got away with a lot of stuff for a long time. I mean, most men don't see that. They know she took off. How are you sing on you that fine, Halle? I don't know, he's looking for a couple minutes back in the spotlight or something like that. But we know Halle ain't all there. So him saying it is, we look at him like, come on, dude, come on. You're feeling kind of moist right now.
Okay. Here's the other one. How do you feel about men and women dating after they divorce and knowing each other's spouses?
I understand. I mean, it depends on what type of time you buy, what understanding you have. It's just like COVID. We married, we're still decent, good friends, slicing my tires, telling them about my Hucklebuck Deluxe Supreme. We can be cordial. So, I mean, I can't stop it.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, hey, we tried it. For what, 20 years? We tried it. We cool. You know what I mean? I just don't like certain things you do and don't like certain things I do. But I mean, hey, if we happen to be in a small pond, which we live in a small pond, and we get remarried, just be adults. Just have to be adults about stuff like that.
Okay, this is to Nick. What's your thoughts, Nick the Voice? Same question.
I don't see anything wrong with it.
Y'all, you don't see nothing wrong with it? So let's say you chilling. Everybody on the panel been married. Y'all married to each other. You guys get a divorce and not marry another whole couple, but you marry somebody and you know their wife, and he marries somebody and he knows their husband. That's cool?
I mean, as long as they wasn't friends.
But they know each other, so they're cordial.
But they know. I mean, it's hard. Now, especially in a small town like this, it's hard to get with somebody else and they don't know who you were used to, who your last boyfriend or your last husband. It's hard. Not, you know what I mean? Everybody is mostly gonna know everybody, so it's unavoidable as long as they weren't friends, like friends.
Okay, this particular question came from Portland, Oregon. So
Oh.
when you say a small town.
Oh,
So with that being said, it might be a bigger town.
it might be a bigger town. Well, as long as they weren't friends. To me, I don't get down like that. I don't chase after my friends' exes, and I
Well,
make
if
that
they
known.
knew each other, I'm thinking they had to be cordial. Okay, that was Nick's. You got something to add, Nate?
Yeah, well, I know the dude who married a girl who he knew her ex-husband. I mean, they grew up together, but it was, the time, 20 years, and then, of course, hey, you franchise like this, you have a problem. It was years and years between it, so I don't think too big of a problem.
Okay, let's go to the comment. Mr. Stevens says, I don't have a problem with it. Celebrity women tell reporters all the time about their relationship. Oh, okay. He's talking about David Justice saying it. Okay. Yeah, women do kind of say what they're going to say. I feel you on that because I'm sure the reporter had to ask him. He ain't going to just go and be like, hey, da-da-da-da-da, let me tell this. You know what I mean? I want to talk too, but who knows? Nate, skirts on men, yay or nay?
Have to be men. We have to. We're the holiday or anything like that, and we're losing our voice. And if I come out and say, that's the blah, 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 give my, whatever I feel about it, I'm the bad man. But I'm cool being the bad man. I'm the agitator. So, yeah, I'm Captain Caveman. I'm all of that. That is ridiculous. My son would get, woo, there's no way any of my
Look at me
friends
like-
or their sons
like-
can get away with that. That is a definite no.
Okay, so we're not accepting everything as the new world. Okay. Let's talk this. Remember we talked about the chicken being lab grown?
Mm-hmm.
We moved on to salmon. Seafood, people. Seafood. So how you feel about that? The seafood. And here's what's interesting: it's FDA approved. How you feel?
I think we need to go back to the basics, get our own farms and cure it, because that's just ridiculous.
The issue is FDA is bought out.
Okay, says Nate the Agitator. Nick, I need to hear you one more time. You said what now?
I think we need to just go back to the basics because they trying to kill us, y'all. They trying to kill us. Get your own farms, your own animals, all that. Grow your own. Go back to the basics.
I told you guys before that the with the it in the grocery stores that it's in, it'll say like sale. It doesn't say sale made, sale based. That's when you are able to tell what it actually is. I do know with the salmon that they have is quite expensive. So I think you'll be able to tell what's real salmon and what's lab made salmon.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way to explain it. And the way that you could do that is because it's $200 a pound. Now, how many people will sit there and say, hey, let me get that, a status thing, because y'all like to be statusy and to show that, oh, I have money. At $200 a pound, would you, if you could afford it, would you actually buy the cell-based salmon?
I don't like seafood, but even if I did, no, not at no $200 a pound. Are they crazy? I don't want to buy a steak for half the time unless it's on sale.
Okay, hold on. Let's hear what Nate has to say.
Everything is made poison now. They stopped doing the fish because, like KFC, there's no chicken. They couldn't, allegedly. They had to change their name. That's what everything now.
Okay.
It's sad. We can't even find frequencies anymore. They want to control the whole market, and they are.
Okay. So y'all heard Nate. Nate said they want to control the whole market. Well, eat seeds. Like if you have seeds, eat that food. That's all I can say. I told you about that bread that was a whole year. It didn't even turn green. I think I showed it on one of the shows that I just kept there. The salmon, I think a lot of people are getting away with meat. So this red meat, let me be specific.
Mhm.
And they're going to the fish, and it's like, okay, well, let's do this as well.
I told you about the apples before I left. My apples that was in my refrigerator, I brought them with me. They are still
You still
and
doing
they
your
were in my refrigerator. They have been in my refrigerator since January. Them apples is right up here with me now. There's 3 apples left. And I'm like, do I want to eat this or do I just want to use this as an experiment? I'm just going to keep them as an experiment to see how long it takes.
Okay, I see in the comments where Cornell said, have you ever seen how imitation crab meat is made? I wouldn't eat it for nothing.
Yeah,
Now
because it's not real crab. It's something else.
Remember that imitation crab meat? That was like the first one. You need to make sure you had the right one.
Yeah, that's made with some type of fish. I forgot what type of fish, but it's not crab. But my thing is, people, let's be clear about even though I don't want it, but let's be clear about the lab made meats. They are still using eggs, or the little eggs from a real animal. They're just cultivating them and raising them in the lab and experimenting in the lab. So it's still the real animal. They're just versus being in nature like they're supposed to be, they're being grown in the lab. But they're still but I don't want it. I don't want it. I still don't want it. I want it natural.
Okay. Still using eggs so they could get the cell. But
Right.
watch this. Life, when you produce life, you create life, it's an egg. So you need that creation so that it can become an egg, and then we pull it from there. Not, okay, you already born, boom, now we're going to take your cells. I need you to create this to make exactly what it's supposed to do, and not from the cells. I'm not touching it, but that's just me, and I don't
Right. Like I said, I want my
how
natural.
we can't even, honestly, our food can't go to other countries. They won't accept
Nope, they don't want it.
And we're consuming it. And I think it's probably in case we run out, what are we going to do? Because y'all remember, listen, I'm still stuck on that shortage of wings. Remember that? Oh, it's a shortage of wings. It's the shortage of wings, but we got a whole bunch of thighs out here. How is that happening? Is it because y'all wing dinglings or what?
And then here come the new wings, and they all colossal size. Like, what happened to the little petite chicken wings that they supposed to look like? Not them big old colossal, look like they came from a pterodactyl.
Okay. Now let's
no.
tips. I'm gonna put it up here. Nate, do me a favor. Mute it until you're ready to talk. Can you do that? Okay. We're gonna talk about tips. Okay. The tips. I'm still stuck on the tips because here we go back to that mess again. Okay. Now, some people like to say that it's an acronym for tips, which is to ensure prompt services. That's what they say. That's what it stands for. Problem is, ensure, if it's really to ensure, INSURE, we know what that is. That's to arrange a compensation. To, like if something happens, an injury, like to insure somebody. Okay? Any event of damage, loss of property, all that stuff. That's insure. Insure, the one that I would say it will be TEPS, which is ENSURE, which is to make certain that you are obtaining or providing something. That's to insure. TEPS. We know it's a myth though, because I had to go on and break down. I was like, wait a minute, because this here, people just be coming up with stuff. Y'all know how y'all like to make stuff up. The thing is, with the tips, a little backstory. Remember, I told you I was a few shows ago and I was talking about how it's a backstory to that pertains actually to us, so to speak. Tips actually started in Europe and then we brought it here. So after the Civil War, I told you I was going to go there. I'm sorry. Sorry for this history lesson that pertains to us, the Black people, look, the slaves at one time. Once the Civil War was over and we were emancipated, 1865, remember that number if y'all don't know. Instead of like restaurants and service centers and stuff like that, instead of paying the emancipated slaves, what they would do is allow them to work in these service fields for tips only, which was still foul, but that's how it pertains to us, where it makes sense, where I'm like, that's a backstory to that, which is still, like I said, which was still foul. We were free, but it was still foul. That, okay, y'all just work for these tips only. So you pretty much was like, air quotes for the listening audience, being a slave. Do you think with the way the tips are out here now in these restaurants that they'll be around long, these restaurants? You think they'll still be, or do you see longevity in the service field with the tips?
The regular restaurant, yeah, I do. They're getting ridiculous with these tips to ensure that ensure that you're getting prompt service. My thing is, when you fill out that application, you were to get that job, you were promising to work and give great customer service. So whether you get a tip or not shouldn't be dependent on how you work, because when you fill out that application and you had that interview, you were promising to give the greatest customer service.
Nate, what's your thoughts?
Well, I mean, with those big tips being, prominent, and they're not going to take away the industry. How many people have a home cooked meal every night? We eat out entirely too much to kill the industry, and there's no other alternatives unless you want to get, the plastic infused stuff you got at the dollar store. We don't have too much of a choice anymore.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Cooking is not a common thing like when we was kids. Grandma always had stuff on the stove. But now, hey, let's run over here and get this. Let's microwave this. So the healthiest option is to go somewhere and sit down and tip somebody.
Okay. I hear you. That's why I was asking if the service industry, I think, is going to suffer sooner or later. I think we're getting ready to go full circle. Remember, the only time that you went out to eat, it was a special occasion and it wasn't daily, like Nate was saying, which is true. Now we're going out to eat daily versus back in the day, it was like, get yourself a shower, put your best foot forward, put your nice outfit on. We're going to, celebrate whatever. With the tips being as expensive as they are, because now they give you a suggestion. And the suggestions some of them start at 15%, but most of them start at like 20, 25.
Now. Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it's even 10%. I'm like, gee, that's more than God asked it. And he passing out blessings. What y'all giving me? Nothing. And I'm with you, Nick. You filled out the application, so you knew what to expect. That's kind of where I draw the line.
Now they're doing it in fast food, like Lyft and Uber drivers, you can give them a tip. I kind of can understand that because you're not getting the full percentage of what they're charging. And then especially if you're using your own vehicle and people are just ignorant because they leave garbage in you. So I can understand if you just decide you want to tip them. Yeah, that, I can understand. But
wouldn't that be the same thing as you apply for that job?
Yeah.
So
most definitely. But I can kind of understand it. But then again, like, it's why are we making it mandatory?
Let me give you the stats real quick.
Like, why?
I'm gonna round up to percentages. 70, since you said Uber and Lyft, 70% of the people that use Uber and Lyft are using it because they don't have a vehicle. And let's say probably can't afford a vehicle. So they're going to use it. So you have that 30% that use those services for convenience. They don't have to find parking. Like say if they live in New York, it's like, boom, I could just get dropped off. It's cool. So what if they only have enough money just to get that ride?
Right.
Like the taxi cab drivers.
Mm-hmm.
So I only have enough to get to work, but you're upset with me because I could not afford to leave a tip, just as I was saying, like with the restaurants. So I want to take you out. I want to go here. I want to eat here, but I can't afford to eat and pay you that 20%. That's why I go back to asking that question. Do I think that the service industry is going to survive? I think they probably will survive, maybe suffer.
Yeah. It's going to survive, but I mean, yeah, it's with the entitlement now. Right?
It's with the entitlement.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before we would give tips if you wanted to, because
Right.
you gave it based on the service that you receive. Now, these people don't even have to do anything and they expect a tip and then get an attitude with you if you don't tip. Mm-hmm. And then there's some, like you spoke about, I'm going to say last week or the week before, where the large parties, the tip is included. But then they bring you your receipt and it says tip on there. And if you don't know, you'll be to tip them again. And they already got you.
And this is the thing. This is how they mask. So you definitely, when you're at a certain restaurants and things like that, pay attention because they will add the gratuity and then turn around and say, and then they'll add the gratuity, and then at the bottom it'll say tip. Gratuity and tip mean the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So they're adding the gratuity and then turn around and asking you for an additional tip where you could put what you want to pay, but they're still expecting you to base it on the 15, 18, 20, and 25%. No, baby, you already took the gratuity, added the gratuity in my bill. That is the tip. So they like, so people, please, especially some of these larger restaurants and nicer restaurants and things like that, pay attention to that because it happened to me at one place. And I looked, I was like, oh, you got me messed up. And I went through a line through like, no, I'm not giving an additional tip because you already added it in my bill and I've already paid it. Yeah. So pay attention because it'll say gratuity and it'll have that percentage in the charge. And then they'll ask about the tip amount and they'll leave that blank for you to fill in. No, you already got your tip. Thank you.
Okay. I see someone in a comment was saying on an average, let's see. So say on an average, you pay $100 a week to go to work back and forth. That'll probably come up to $400 a month. You can't make a payment on a car, but you can take an Uber or a Lyft, especially when you got these buy here, pay here places. I don't get it. Okay. I'll tell you why. Car notes are not $300 and $400 anymore.
Sure ain't.
People are paying like $800, especially on those buy here, pay here's. That's crazy because if you late one day, didn't I tell you about that? They look, forget coming to get it. You can't even start it.
Oh yeah, the ones that had the kill switch on it. Yep.
Yeah, you stuck where you are. So that's why that's my thought as to why it costs a lot. And then they probably can't afford the insurance on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
Because we got to have insurance. So you're spending almost $1,000 if you want the car that you want a month, when $400, if we use your numbers, that it pans out. It's like, okay, here we go. I don't have to pay insurance. These people have to. That's probably that 30%. You have some to be like, I'll just do it out of convenience. I'm just going here and there and I'm staying at the house. Now there are some, okay, I was getting ready to go there. There are some buy here, pay here's that's less, but do you really want to do that?
Yeah, because who trying to pay every week? They want you to pay every week, baby. If I don't get paid every week, I can't pay you every week. What do you mean?
And right. And then the other part to it is, to each his own. But if you're usually at a buy here, pay here, is your credit good enough? You know what I mean? Like, what's the issue that you have to go that way instead of getting your own vehicle with no miles and everything that went wrong with it versus a buy here, pay here? And I'm not saying all of them, they may have come from down, remember the hurricane, the floods, and all that stuff. You don't know what you're actually getting. And you're probably paying double, like those rental places, or triple the amount as if you would just go and purchase it. The tips at the fast food restaurants. Speak to that. Isn't that like a form of begging? I feel like they're begging. Like they need one of the cardboards to be like, can't say we'll work for food because they're working, but like tip me, please.
Especially when some of these fast food restaurants are making more money are making a little bit more than the average minimum wage. Like, why would I turn around and tip you? You're making more than a waitress in a restaurant that's actually serving me. So you just throwing it in the bag, cooking it, you getting it off the thing, wrapping it up, throwing it in the bag and handing it to me. So what you need a tip for?
Right, you're doing what you came to do. You clocked in. Look, you doing what you clocked in.
Right. Exactly. It's not like you came and actually took my order down, went and took it to the cook, waited for them to cook it, then put it, they put it on the plate, you put it on the plate and carry all them heavy trays on the tray and sit it down and actually sit it in front of me and waiting on me.
And stuff like that.
You ain't doing none of that. So what do you need a tip for?
I seen that the tip industry was noticed after COVID because a lot of people weren't, working and getting money they had. Right. The hours changed. Interesting thing is that the hours still have, a lot of places still have COVID hours, but they're keeping that tip thing. They're keeping the cup out there and are expecting it. I feel like it's begging. And I'm like, no, you just came to work. And they do treat you nice. And it's like, oh, they were so nice. But isn't that what you're supposed to do in the service industry?
That's part of your job description. I mean, and my thing is like certain jobs that I've done, like I was doing Lyft. I wasn't expecting a tip, but if it was added into the app or if they handed me a tip, I was appreciative of it. I wasn't expecting anything. So yeah, don't expect it, but definitely be appreciative of it when it is given, but don't expect it.
Watch this. So the taxi cab driver, they run that clock or whatever they have. Remember, the Lyft and Uber was killing them. Mm-hmm. Now people are going back to taxi cab drivers because of the tip. How about that? And I guess you guys could see, let me know this. I guess you could see what the people will tip you, or is it that you know those people and how they tip?
You don't. Yeah, you don't know, and because the tip is, they don't add the tip on the app until after you're dropped off, and then it'll for a rider, it'll come up and rate that driver. And it'll have the stars, and then if you want to add a tip, and then it has a certain amount or custom, so you can do that on your own. We as the drivers, after they tip you, then you'll hear a ding, and when you look, you'll see where the last driver tipped you, and you will see what it was.
So if the last driver tipped you $1 and not you per se,
tipped me a penny one time. I was like, you could have kept that penny. A penny.
I thought you were appreciative.
A penny though? Come on now.
You know what though? I think maybe they meant to do $1, and maybe
that's what I'm thinking. He probably meant to do $1, but I seen that. I said a penny. I said, really?
Yeah, it could have meant to be $1, but I see where, like, say the people just going to work and they always use you, and oh, okay, they're not going to tip. So I do know some drivers that won't even pick people up because they know that they're a bad tipper. But the ride is already costing me an arm and a leg.
Exactly. So yeah, they need not even be on their bad tip. Don't. Why are you expecting it? It's why.
See, that's the thing. Entitlement. Kind of like
Entitlement. Exactly. Don't expect it, but be appreciative of it. Except for if it's a penny. But like, yeah, like don't expect it, but be appreciative when you get it. Because people don't have nowadays, like the cost of everything is going up. And like you said, that might be that person's last little bit of money and they can't afford to tip you. And a lot of and it is like that sometimes because I've had some people say, I would love to tip you, but sweetheart, I don't have it, I just had enough to and I was like, I'm fine, I'm not expecting it. So
tell me this. Can they write in the comments about your professionalism and stuff?
yeah. And they can rate you. That's good enough.
That's where I was wondering, like, is that it? Now you have Instacart where you go grocery shopping for the person and all that other stuff. What else is there? You can pull up and get Instacart and
Walmart delivery,
DoorDash. Okay.
DoorDash,
Go.
Grubhub,
Oh, it's so many.
Uber Eats. They got a bunch of them now. They have Postmates. Girl, they Shipped. They got a lot of stuff.
What is Shipped?
Shipped is sort of like the same thing. An app. But it's all some of them. If you look like with the Postmates and app, Instacart, some of them are still run by like Uber Eats or DoorDash.
Oh, okay. So
especially Uber Eats. Uber is big. Uber technology is big. So a lot of these other ones are just like little derivatives of Uber. You pay attention on that app.
Okay. I want to go to the tip jar at the register when you go to pay. How do you feel about that?
I don't do it.
You don't pay, so you feel you're okay with that tip jar. Remember those used to be at the corner store and it had like somebody's face on it if you wanted to donate to somebody missing or whatever. I wonder if those people was missing or those people keep it. You feel okay with that there? You feel like you have a choice?
No. No, I said I don't do it.
No, that's what I'm saying. So you feel like you have a choice in if the tip jar is there, it's like optional. You don't feel pressured versus them turning when you pay with your card, Starbucks turn the whole thing around, the card reader around, and if you like to tip here. I think they need to do away with that.
Guess what I put? No.
And it's easy to put, but a lot of people will feel pressured.
I don't feel pressure for nothing because if I got it, I'm gonna go. If I got it and I enjoy talking to you and your service is good, I give it to you. But if I don't have it, I just don't have it. I'm not being pressured by nobody. Period. Point blank.
Let's talk about how many people were charged tax in Ohio from August the 1st through the 14th. So August the 1st through the 14th, it was no tax Ohio, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was some places where Asians were, and they were charging taxes, knowing it wasn't a tax. How do you feel?
How can you can turn them in, can't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
You definitely can. Okay. You definitely can.
That's what you do. You know what? I only bought a few things. I have to look at my receipts to see, if I mean, it wasn't nothing big like food or something like that, but yeah.
Check your receipts. I don't know if they in these places, just check your receipt. They probably didn't put it on there and said it.
Oh, Walmart last Sunday, I went and got a chair and something else, and they charged me tax. Yeah, and I still got my receipt. Let me go ahead and call them people. Y'all charged me tax and you weren't supposed to. And they'll try to get away with it and say, well, it was only for school supplies and this and that. Because
no tax period. Right. I went to a place and I said, no, today is it was the 13th. And I was like, it's no tax. What are you talking about? And they said, shh, shh. That's what they told me. I said, no, it's no tax Ohio. All the way up until the 14th. And they wanted me to be quiet.
I'm going to have to go ahead and look at my receipt.
The sad thing to me, they're really good. I just can't go there anymore. I can't go there anymore because you actually knew what you were doing and you tried to play me. Which means how many other people who are supporting you and contributing to your business are you robbing? Be right. Where's your integrity? So all you care about is your money. You don't care about the people. This is what it's supposed to be. Come on. So what you don't know, people are taking advantage of that. So if you know, you got to speak on it.
Yeah,
That's
let
why
me
I
go
like to
ahead and
talk
look at
about what
my
I talk
receipt.
about here. Would you say?
I said, let me go ahead and look at my receipt. And if not, then I'll just pull it up on my Walmart app. Because as long as the bank card that you use is attached to your app thing, listen. Yeah, let me
But
pull
even
it.
so, check your receipts.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely check them. This particular place, they just punched it in. That's what they will just punch the amount in, and you had your receipt with the total amount. So I don't know if it's going to say like tax on it, but if you do have those people who still had the tax just automatically in their register and they didn't do it, go back and get your money. I don't care if it's 1 cent. Go and get your money. It's sad that it has to be that way, but you got to watch who you're supporting. And
Right.
do they have my best? I have their best interests, at heart. Do they have mine? Because a lot of people don't. And that's what's tragic. It's sad. Very, very sad. The what's new out there? You seen anything new going on in the world of the people?
No, because I
And
haven't been amongst the people yet, because I've been trying to get myself settled in.
the world of the people doing what they do. Everybody going back, bringing it home, having gardens in their house, having
Mm-hmm.
houses. Well, like potting certain things.
Mm-hmm.
You think that's a good thing? You think we all need to revert back to that?
Yes. Yes, because look at the pesticides that they're using and just different things, like it's killing us. It really is. And that's contributing to child obesity of everybody. That's why everybody's so big now. Even your kids is big now because of all that crap that they putting in your food. Grow your own. Go back to the basics. Grow your own.
Important. Grow your own. Take care of you. Now, there's people that feel like they can use supplements at like the vitamins and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told you guys before, and I'll tell you again, if your body craves something, it's because it lacks it. All right. Some people are like, oh, I just feel like I need some peanut butter. Up, protein down. So take care of you. I wanted to actually put that out there. Beyonce, we know we're at the end of the whole Cowboy Carter tour. Why do you think the people are so upset with how much money she made at her concert because her fans wanted to see her?
Because people ain't got nothing else better to do. It's stupid. I mean, why are you upset? Did you spend your money? If you didn't spend your money, why are you worried about anybody else that spent theirs? So what? She's an entertainer. That's what she does. Just like they're highly upset about because she don't do country. First of all, she's from Houston, and they believe in their country music. They're black and white. Number one. Number two, black people are the inventors of country music anyway. Or did y'all forget that?
A lot of people have. Shannon Sharp, listen, the young lady, they blasting her. The Shannon Sharp's rape accuser, the one that won the millions.
Mm-hmm.
They're shading her because she posted a Bible verse about violent men.
Miss, I met him through my OnlyFans page. Really? Okay. Like, come on. Where's our morals at? You got that money now. You holier than now. Girl, sit down somewhere and have about 10 seats. Have several. Sit down somewhere. Stop doing that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because guess what? That was a setup to me. Y'all know I said it when it first happened. It was a setup. And he fell for it like a big old dummy.
And this is the person that said, date your wage.
Exactly.
He said, date your wage. Huh? She didn't have that money, but now he can date her after she got his money.
Dummy.
I don't know. People are just very, very different. There's said to be another lawsuit that's
I heard.
toward him. Do you think people are jumping on that bandwagon?
The people have been jumping on that bandwagon for a minute now. Because it goes in with that Me Too movement. Now it's something different. Yeah, it's still part of the Me Too movement.
Do you think that men need to do a Me Too? Maybe they should do one.
The men start. Ooh, Lord, I hate to sound like Nate, but yeah, y'all go ahead and jump on that bandwagon too, because there's a lot of men that got stuff going on and women been doing. Y'all go ahead and jump on that bandwagon too. If we going for equality, let's go for it all. Do it. Go ahead. Maybe that'll stop some of these gold diggers. These chicks looking for a quick come up. That'll stop them.
But that has been going on forever.
But it's more public. It's all part of social media, because now we have social media. So now it's more, publicized, if I'm saying it right, because of social media. Where it's like, but yeah, it's been going on forever. But unless it was something newsworthy and you can watch it on the news, we didn't know about it. But now with social media, everything is being brought to the forefront. Sometimes social media is good, sometimes it's not good. So yeah, just like we got these quick instant millionaires, these Instagram models and TikTok models and all that, people get paid, content creators. So everything is attributed to social media. And I mean, it could be a good thing, but it's also a bad thing, because now look at all this crap that's been happening, and now we know everybody's business. We know how you like it. We know about the freak parties and the baby oil, and just
Well, your boy, I hate to talk about him, but I got to. Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Sean Combs, Brother Love. What else is he? A whole bunch.
He calls up Brother Love.
Yeah, listen.
Okay, Brother Love.
He is suing NBC for $100 million over the making of that Bad Boy documentary. He's suing a lot of people. He's like, I had enough.
But why are you suing? Because if that was your truth and that's what you did, let them people live in their truth.
Okay, I could see that. I could see that. He also is suing for $50 million, the attorney, for them saying the sexual assault video claims. Because let's look at it. During that whole process, it didn't show it. He over in the corner. That's what it is. I'm like, well, he might have it.
So he was the director. Okay.
A filmmaker. Is that a bad thing? Filmmaker? What you gonna do?
I mean, if they gonna start putting people in jail for being freaky, get the whole porn industry.
You know why they're not? Where's my alleged? Because they ain't paying taxes on
it. Right. Exactly.
They're not getting a piece of the pie. So if you keep your money, it's a problem.
But that's what I do, so they try to bring other things in it, but it still equates to his fetish. I mean, if you want to see a fetish, you can go to any Pornhub or any other porn site and see any kind of fetish. Are they bringing them people? Are they charging them people? Are they trying to throw them in jail? No, you're not. Because that is a whole different industry. Because his little freak parties wasn't what I guess categorized as porn or licensed to be porn, because you got, they come on now.
But why not? Because you got the swingers, and the swingers been out for a long time.
These swingers clubs.
What'd you say?
I said all these swingers clubs, and then it'd be the elite that be up in there. Like I told you, my one friend, he did a massage party, and he said the amount of doctors, lawyers, and everything else, because he's a massage therapist, that it was up in there, that be up in there hanging.
Something like a massage party.
Yeah, people have massage parties. Yes, they do.
So they all got to wait till it's their turn to get the massage, or is it like multiple people giving massages? How?
It depends on how many people but massage therapists, when they work on their own, they do their own thing. They don't have nobody else. So like massage parties, they might have a couple different massage therapists or might have just that one. But yeah, especially when they do the sensual massages. So, but that friend is the one that told me about. He was like, yeah, I seen a bunch of doctors and lawyers and stuff. He said doctors because he worked in a hospital, and like he said, I saw a bunch of people that doctors and stuff that I see at the hospital, and I'm going, oh, really? So yeah,
But it shouldn't be nothing wrong if it's just a massage party. Now, if it's something extra, then I'll be like, okay.
No, because it was at a swingers club.
Oh, well, he getting his money.
I ain't mad at it. Get your money, man. Get your money.
Let's go to the comment. Mr. Stevens says, might not want to sue NBC. You see what happened to Bill Cosby when he tried to buy NBC.
Yeah.
Point taken. We don't know. Allegedly, that was the issue that happened with Bill Cosby. I want to go to the airline pilot who was excited that he did not fail his sobriety test. So, airline pilot gets pulled over for drinking and driving, allegedly. What's your thoughts on a pilot being pulled over for drinking and driving? Are you comfortable with them getting a shot at flying?
Why not? People
Drinking and flying? Or
like,
if they pull over, do you think they need to get totally suspended altogether, or
no? Why?
for flying?
Was he flying? Was he pulled over for flying or pulled over?
He was pulled over for drinking and driving.
Right. He wasn't flying though, right?
No, he
as
wasn't.
long as he good and sober and ain't got no alcohol or drugs in his system, when you flying me from point A to point B, why would he get suspended? That's you on your off time. Why get suspended?
That makes sense, but I'm suspect. I need to. Those records need to be out there for the public to see. This person has been drinking. He got pulled over once. He got a drinking and driving one, and then this time he passed drinking and driving. If you're drinking and driving, you don't think that they will be drinking and flying?
No, because you're driving your car. I mean, that's with anybody.
You think that needs to remain private?
Yeah, that's with anybody. People get pulled over for drinking and driving all the time. That don't mean they need to get suspended from their job. They're not on their job. Now, if you drinking on your job, that's a whole different story. Then yeah, consequences and repercussions. But what you do on your private time is your business.
Okay.
As long as it don't infringe on them people when you go to work. And that's the problem. If you on drugs or under the influence when you're at work, then yeah, you need to be reprimanded. You need to be suspended. Your license need to be taken away from you, whatever. But what you do in the privacy of on your off days, that's your business, as long as it does not affect your job performance when you are on the clock.
Which takes me to the next point I want to bring up. Do you think that what you do on your private time should affect your profession?
It shouldn't, but nowadays it does, especially like again with social media, because somebody get a hold of it, next thing you know, that it is being played all over again on social media, and that is sort of, especially if people know the FB detective will find out where you work, and folks get to calling your job and everything else. So
you said folk get to calling your job.
Mm-hmm.
So you feel as though that what you do on your private time can affect your job.
It's not supposed to, but it can when people get a hold of it, especially if folks don't like you if you do something crazy.
Okay.
When people get to calling your job, yeah.
Drinking on his own time, and he gets pulled over for drinking and driving, it shouldn't affect his pilot? Slice
No,
it.
if he's on his own, and that's if he's on his own time. But now that it's being made public, that's why it's affecting his job because it's being made public.
I don't even know if it's affecting it, but I do see in the comments where I believe you can lose your CDLs if you get pulled over for drunk driving. So I don't see the difference. Depends on what your profession is. Yeah, one of the two. But
Mhm.
I think it's really sad that with social media, as the point that you brought up, is so out there for everybody that it is now affecting, like, you're supposed to be one way all the time.
Mhm.
Yet your job will tell you, leave your home problems at the door.
At the door.
So if I didn't bring that into the job, why would I do it my house? Got anything to do with you? Because I left it at the
Exactly.
door. So I see
Exactly.
your point.
Exactly. Like it, but that definitely my point. Why do you expect me to act the same way at home that I act at work? But then if I have an issue at home, I can't bring it to work. I ain't bringing my work home neither. So what I do on my private time is my business. But because of social media, it becomes everybody's business if you put it out there, or even if you don't put it out there and somebody else have to catch it and they put it out there, it becomes everybody's business. And then that's when it becomes your job's business. So that's where the line is, and that's where people start getting in trouble. And again, it depends on your profession. Like, but if that man was on his own time off and enjoying himself, let him enjoy his days off, because as a pilot they do have a grueling schedule, and you have to be alert, even though you have some of these dummies that want to go somewhere under the influence, and that's it with any job. But so when they're on their downtime, they want to be able to unwind how they unwind. Again, just don't bring it to the job, because when you bring it to the job with that profession, it affects everybody. And I don't need it affecting me, because I want to get to where I'm going and back home in the peace, in this, where I'm going the same way, and I want to get home the same way I went there. I want to get home the same way. So yeah, but I don't think it should affect his job. But again, with the way some of these jobs are, they want to tell you you're a representation of the company
All day.
all
So
day long. You
you
got
on
me
call
messed up.
wages. That's what I would
Yes,
say. You have to pay me. If I'm gonna be on call,
thank you,
then you need
thank
to pay me all day.
you, because like you want me to continue to be a representation, but after my 8, 10, 12, 16 hours and I clock out, you ain't paying me no more. So that means I'm back to Nicole, or I'm back to Nikki, or Nick the Voice, or Siren, or whoever. You ain't paying me to be them people after a certain time.
Not them people. What about the young lady who worked at the Christian bookstore who was fired because she was laying out on her porch or her balcony with a bikini on?
That was none of their business, and that now they went too far with that. They went entirely too far, and she should be able to sue. If you want to sue somebody, she should be able to sue, because I'm at home, my own time. It's a bathing suit. I'm getting a suntan. What's the problem?
The problem is social media, just as you stated.
Exactly.
So if somebody calls and they tell what you're doing in your own time to your boss and they act on it, and you lose your job, because people are losing their jobs, they're making decisions based off of what you post or what's out there, just like the pilot got caught for drunk driving. Social media. So does social media hold that much weight that we are now making our decisions based off of social media and what
It
somebody
does.
says
It does. It really
versus
does.
you as the person?
It
And where's
does.
our mindset?
And that's why a lot of these jobs now that are hiring you, they're adding these social media clauses in there and everything else. But I'll be sitting there looking at them like, listen, I don't want nobody. I think I got one friend or two friends from maybe any of my jobs that are my friends on social media. But listen, they ain't telling because they doing stuff too. So, but yeah, it's crazy because you can't even be friends with nobody that you work with no more because you can't trust people. But it's ridiculous. So yeah, most of the time, if I see somebody for work, they want to send me a friend request, I'll be going, nah, no, we ain't doing that. Nope. Especially if it's somebody that I really don't talk to all the time. And there's just, oh, okay, I work with her and want to send me a friend request. Oh, okay, no, you'll see me at work. That's
Okay.
it. But if it's somebody that I'm cool with and talk to all the time, then yeah. Especially
you
if I
think
know
that
they crazy as me.
you think that's what should prevent the go between or the correlation between your work and your social media sites is not friend them or block them?
Yep.
Because then I come up under like people you may know or something like that.
Mm-hmm. People you may know, yep. And it's crazy because there's a lot of people I be going, I don't know who that person is. We ain't even got the same friends or nothing like that. I might have drove past that person in traffic and all of a sudden people you may know. No, I don't. And that's
You can
crazy.
do that for real?
Yes. I have so many people and we don't have no mutual friends. They live across the country and I'm going, how, Sway? We don't even got no mutual friends. Like, how? Yeah, it's doing that now.
Okay, so with these moral clauses, like what type of jobs are that? All right, let me just be 100. They phony jobs. And then you had to know to talk about a moral clause.
Exactly.
And the thing is, what do you deem moral? Moral to you or moral to me? Because
Right.
morals differ.
Right.
So how do we prevent that? Do we like when you go to the interview and it says like you said they talk about your social media? Do you know
Well,
what it
no,
is?
not the interview, but like the handbooks and stuff like that once you get the job.
Oh, the orientation.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you like this. I let everybody know what is going on with me when I go to my interviews.
Okay.
I co-host a
Okay.
podcast. We are now on,
Oh, so
radio.
you tell them everything.
Everything. I said I do act and I'm, trying to finish it. We're trying to finish the movie. We're, supposed to be
Okay.
finished.
So, oh, you tell them.
I let them know everything and say I am active on social media because of all of this. So I don't
Okay.
want no smoke. So if you got a
So
problem, if you got a problem
so
with it, let me
telling them-
know because I can slide to the left.
Okay. So telling them up front just saves time.
Exactly.
Now, there's a lot of people who are like, I'm just doing this job and they don't need to go together. Meaning, I'm not going to disclose that because this is what I do here. You don't need to know my whole life.
I'm
What do you
disclosing
say to
because
those?
I don't need no hater turning around and seeing what's going on social media and then turn around and calling my job and be like, well, she's on social media and this and that and that. They already know. And they decided to hire me anyway, knowing what I got going on. So therefore, if you try to get rid of me afterwards, when you already knew prior to keeping me, now we got a problem. Now I'm going to get my attorney.
So I see in the comments, Cornell said, what would whatever would affect the company.
And that's what I don't understand why they say that, but they do say that. What you do affect the company's image. How?
Well, I guess
it affects
that young lady who worked at the Bible bookstore and was out, she said she was sunbathing, but that shouldn't matter.
Right, because what if she was at the beach?
What
do y'all do when y'all go to the beach? Do y'all wear a turtleneck?
Christian bookstore. She shouldn't have had that on. She should have had a skirt on.
Listen, that's what I'm here saying. Do y'all, when y'all go to the beach or something or Sunday, do y'all wear a turtleneck? Y'all must wear a turtleneck or something then. Is that what you want her to do?
I ain't lying. It do be some dressed all the way head to toe, got boots on, walking on the sand.
Almost cussed. Almost.
So I guess I can understand why they would affect the company. I guess it's like if you
guess their image or something? Is this the type of people and you do have people like that. Well, if this is the type of people that you hire, then
That's
you
exactly
don't
what
want to
happened.
patronize so that they figure they'll lose money.
That's exactly what happened to the young lady. It was a customer that saw her, and she was at home on her balcony. In her, why would you at binoculars looking at? You know what I'm saying? Looking at me
Right.
sunbathing.
Right.
That's something. I'm gonna go into that a little bit more, and I can see that where you could possibly lose customers because that was the fight. The fight was this is who you hire here.
Mm-hmm.
So if
And
you
that's what
work
they
in
go
a
with.
public, if you work in a public place, you're supposed to always be public. You don't have your own privacy. Where is our rights? Why are our rights being taken away?
Exactly.
How do
And
I
like I
unwind?
said, that is exactly why when I have an interview and they ask you, well, do you have anything outside of, because they do ask you that question now, any extracurricular activities or anything going on outside of here? And I let them know everything. So therefore, can't nobody come back and be like, well, I saw her on Facebook. She did this and she said that.
That is so crazy. I don't get that. I don't remember
Social
getting.
media. It's
Listen,
social media.
I don't. I'm trying to think. Even do they ask you those questions? No. Here's the credentials. This is this. There you go. Because if truth be told, if they probably asked those questions, they probably wouldn't get what we kind of get. Um. Okay. The question in the comment: what did she have on when she was sunbathing? Was she nude? Had on a bikini? She had on a bikini. The young lady had on a bikini when she was sunbathing. Actually, she had like a thong bikini, but she worked at the Christian bookstore. She was on her own time. She was at her own place.
Right.
That's what's crazy. So why are you stalking me and you have a problem that this is what I do when I get home? If I have to leave my issues at the door, trust and believe, I'm leaving this job at the door before I step
Exactly.
out. Right there, boom, by the
I,
door.
I wonder if she can also sue the customer for stalking.
Now that's true. That's a
Because, yeah.
But it's sad. It's sad that we have come to that. So if you work in a public place, because that's what it's coming to, if you work in a public place, you are forever public. Like there is no difference in the professional person and the clock in person and the clock out person. There's no
Right.
difference. So I guess you have to be
If
your
I can't act like I at the job like I act at home, then the rules apply when I come home. Like, period. Like, this is my house. What bill? Oh, you do give me a job. This is paid. So technically you are paying my bills.
but it's
You just handing it to me and I'm paying it myself. But yeah, that's still no. Because guess what? You fire me, okay, I'll go over here and get a job here too. So this is still my personal time, my place, my everything. What I do here is what I do here because it's my business. What you do at your house is your business. It don't have no bearing on me. So why are you worried about what I'm doing here at my house? Because we don't know what those people do at their home, in the privacy of their home. They just didn't get caught. That's the problem. They just didn't get caught. Because everybody ain't what they say they trust me. A lot of Christians ain't what they ain't what they say they are now.
we ain't saying nothing.
Okay. We know a bunch.
I saved this to the end deliberately. What's your thoughts on the National Guard going in DC? Your boy with the National Guards being there. Like, how you feel about that? I know how you feel about him. I know how you feel about him.
I'm gonna keep. I'm gonna.
Do you think it was a waste of money?
Yeah, it's a waste of money. It's a waste of time, resources. Yeah, it wasted money because now we, the taxpayers, got to pay for that mess. For that, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice. Oh, I'm gonna be nice. What I really want to say.
Okay.
I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna let Orange Folius be Orange Folius and just
go from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Swing low, sweet chariot. When you gonna take him home? Oh,
That's crazy that you was gonna say that. I should have had my stuff set up next week. Listen, I got a remix to that.
okay.
I got a remix.
Like-
I'm like, I should have had it set up already, and I could have sat there and did it real quick. Show you how the times go and how the music change. That's on another topic. But
I just want to know when they gonna take him home.
what?
Yeah.
That's look.
It's about
That's not kind.
It's about that time.
The man doing his thing, and he trying to get another term. So
no, y'all, please don't. And you know what? Some folks would, if he was able to, some folks would do it just to be facetious. Because then, shut up, Nick. I'm gonna be nice. Hi, y'all. I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna leave it alone. Okay.
She gonna leave it alone, people. She leaving it alone, which is really, really good. Let's go here. Let me give you today's footnote. Just me and that. Today's footnote: control leads to compliance. Autonomy leads to engagement. And that is from David Pink. I feel like we are being controlled by everyone. So it's up to us to say enough is enough and take our autonomy back. To cut that off. So thank you, lovely people. That is my time. We thoroughly enjoyed you. I thoroughly enjoyed you. I'm sure Nick does too. Yes. As we do each and every single Saturday. Find you, embrace you. Most importantly, always, always love you. Until next week, people, you know what it is. 1, 2, 3.
ShopTopics.
We still got to get it. We got to get back into the studio. That's what we got to do.
Exactly.
Important. Get back in the studio, have that camaraderie, because I'm going to tell you, it's a whole different feel. Don't know. Instead of dealing with this is like the COVID thing. Like I was talking about the restaurants, and we haven't changed it. But we can get back into the studio.
And then your girl moved away, so
to feel, we could feel that energy. Thank you guys. I see you guys over there. Like, share, comment. And I see you guys commenting, so I thank you for that, because it throws it in the algorithm. But if you could like this video, your girl will truly, truly appreciate it. Listen, Be Inspired is back. I took a slight sabbatical, so to speak, but I'm back for you. I got it to give, and I appreciate all of you guys, because time is something I know we cannot get back. So thank you for spending your time with us. Peace. Oh, keep those questions coming, because now you see, I will read them aloud and give it to the people and get their answers.